Hey Glam fam, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my review of the second episode of Basketball Wives. So we start with Brandy and Duffy. They're at the gym and they're talking about Brooke's party where Malaysia confronted Brandy about telling Gennaro about the child support. And Duffy is pretty much defending Malaysia. You know, she's saying, well, she was just asking just because she wanted to know. And Brandy seems to feel some sort of way about that. Like, she don't really like this friendship blossoming between Duffy and Malaysia. She cannot get mad, though, because when she first brought Duffy around as her sister, Malaysia did not like Duffy for whatever reason, and Brandy continued to hang out with the both of them, so she can't get mad. So then they talk about Duffy, and you know, Brandy's pretty much asking when her and Iman are going to get married, and I thought they were already married. I didn't know they were just engaged. Duffy doesn't really want to marry him until she's ready, and I understand that, but according to her, they've been engaged for a long time. I don't know what a long time is. I'm assuming that's years. And if you've been engaged that long, like if you weren't ready to get married, maybe you shouldn't have gotten engaged. That's just my personal opinion. So Brooke has her father over to get some advice about the divorce situation. Basically, everybody, the ladies included, are telling her not to get a divorce, but she's ready to move on. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels. You know, maybe she shouldn't take their advice. I don't think she should take their advice because only she knows when she's ready to leave. Nobody else can decide that for her. So if this is the deal breaker for her, then it's her life. You know, she has to live with it. She has to deal with the repercussions. So I'm with whatever Brooke wants to do. So Jackie goes sneaker shopping with Duffy. She is still bothered by this comment that Brooke has called her bored. So she is planning to confront every single lady about it as if it's going to change their mind. So she wants to hold a Ponderosa to talk about the issues. So British meets up with Jennifer to talk about the last episode when Malaysia hung up on her. Jennifer was clearly still heated. I don't know why it bothered her so much that Malaysia hung up on her. I mean, they called back. It wasn't that big of a deal to me, but Jennifer is clearly still pissed. And she starts telling this girl business. And apparently Malaysia has lost a house to foreclosure. And, you know, British is defending Malaysia, which is so weird to me because you had all of this energy from Malaysia and how much you don't like, talking about how you don't like her and all of this stuff. But the moment she opens up to you just a little bit and gives you a little bit of what's going on in her life, your mind has changed. To me, that just sounds like you was mad because you wasn't in the girl business. Like you want to be nosy. I feel like this episode, everybody was like, their issue with Malaysia is Malaysia doesn't open up. And, you know, they don't feel bad for her because she doesn't open up. I don't think she wants the pity, though. I think Malaysia is like me in that sense that when she goes through things, she just want to go through the thing. She don't want a pity party. She don't want nobody like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. What can I do? Like, she just want to go through her stuff by herself, get through it, and then come back to the group when she's ready. And I understand where the ladies are coming from. Like, they don't get the vulnerable side of her, but it sounds a little more, to me, it sounds a little bit more like they want to be nosy and they want to be in her business versus them actually caring about her. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just seemed like British just wanted to know something about the girl. She just wanted a little bit of her business. And now that she knows a little bit, now she likes Malaysia. Like that was kind of weird to me. But anyway, she's defending Malaysia and she's like, Malaysia, how can she can't pay for her house? She has businesses. She has her jewelry line. Then she stopped right there. And I was waiting on her to keep going because what other business does Malaysia have? I haven't seen anything about that jewelry line since the first season. I don't think she sells the bed sheets anymore. I don't think Malaysia has businesses like that. I know she gets alimony, but I don't think she has businesses like that. So then we move on to Duffy and her man, and she has made dinner for her man. And, you know, they talk about getting married. He seems to be ready to get married. Now, she, on the other hand, is very nervous. She has all types of concerns. Some are from her previous marriage. Some are from the fact that he's not as consistent and ambitious as he was when they first got together. It just seems like Duffy got all the excuses in the world. I kind of understand where she's coming from. You know, she's a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. We do like to weigh all of our options before we make decisions. We don't like laziness. You know, we are attracted to people who work hard. We do like consistency. I get where she's coming from, but it did sound like a lot of excuses to me. Like, even if you feel like he's not as ambitious as he was when he first started, maybe he's just comfortable where he is, you know, as long as he's not broke. I don't see the issue. He still has consistent businesses. He's still making money. I don't see the issue just because he doesn't want another business. Like, maybe he's just comfortable where he is. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure out what her main issue really is, but I don't know. It just seems like she's making excuses not to marry him because she's probably scared. I mean, she's been married before, so I'm sure she doesn't want to waste time in another marriage. And I get all of that. I just personally don't think any of those concerns that she had were reasonable. I think she is just making excuses because she's scared of getting married. Marriage is a lifelong commitment. I understand her being hesitant. I understand her wanting to make sure this is the right decision. But y'all have been engaged for years. Like, you should know whether this is the right decision or not by now. Then Brooke goes in for a consultation of her tattoo removal with Brandy and British, but it ends up turning into her first session of removing the tattoo. And now, I'm not gonna lie, I do see where Brandy is coming from a little bit, because it does seem like she's moving very fast. Like, she's being very impulsive, and that's probably because her emotions are still all over the place and she's just still mad about the cheating. But I do kind of see where Brandy is coming from now. She is moving a little bit too fast. She is definitely acting off of emotions, but at the same time, it's nice to see the other side for a change. You know, we typically see women get cheated on and they stick around and they talk to us about marriage and how it has its ups and downs, and you got to stick through them, you got to work through them. And everybody doesn't consider cheating a up and down in a marriage or a relationship. I know I definitely don't. I understand it is a mistake, but this is not something that I'm going to be putting up with on a regular basis in a relationship just because everybody makes mistakes. So it is nice to see Brooke represent the other group of ladies who do not want to tolerate cheating. So I do commend her for that. I do agree with Brandy. I do think she may be moving a little bit too fast, but at the same time, I appreciate the strength because a lot of women can't do it. So then British plays this recording from Jackie. Jackie has invited them to this Ponderosa, and she is requesting that everyone wears all black and they show up on time. Also tells them what Jennifer said about Malaysia losing her house. So at this point, pretty much everyone knows what Jennifer has said about Malaysia besides Jackie and Malaysia. Malaysia and Duffy go do yoga, and Malaysia seems to only really enjoy hanging around Duffy. Like I said last week, she seems to be her only ally this season. So then Duffy asked Malaysia about the other night, you know, Brooke's party where her and Brandy talked about the child support thing. Malaysia pretty much said she asked Brandy if she told Gennaro the information. Brandy denied it. So Malaysia said, all right, you said no. I'm going to believe that and we're going to move on. So it doesn't seem like she's harping over that. Seems like she believes what Brandy said and they moved on from it. Cool. Then Duffy talks about her and Iman's conversation and how she feels like she owes him an apology. Yeah, I think she owes him an apology because she definitely went in on him. Like, she pretty much called him all types of lazy. she really went in on him. And he was just asking when they was getting married. Like, dang, he didn't want no smoke. And then she talks about how now she finally realizes that all of the trauma from her past divorce is affecting her current engagement. So then we move on to Jackie. Jackie is getting her real estate license. Jackie is just trying to do a bunch of stuff to show us that she's not bored. So she invites British, basically, look, British, you see all of this business? You see all this business I got going on? I'm not bored. And she basically tells British the reason she be in the business is because she is the business. Jackie may tell a joke, but she would never tell a lie. She did not lie. She is the business. She is the show. She is the basketball wife. We got to give her that. This show is about Jackie and her friends at this point. So then British is being very messy this season. I guess that's her role, is to be the messenger. So then she tells Jackie about the meeting she had with Jennifer. Now, she didn't necessarily tell her what Jennifer said, but Jackie does know that Jennifer said something bad about Malaysia. So it's the night of Jackie's Ponderosa. She has her throne. She has a throne for herself at the head of the table, and everybody else has regular chairs. She got her little businesses on display. She got her coats, her little sex toys, and whatever other businesses she has. She has all of this stuff on display. So everyone is there except Jennifer. So Brooke decides to tell the ladies that she's ready to move forward with the divorce. She already set up the meeting with her attorney, and pretty much all that there's left to do is serve him. That was quick, but like I said, everybody does not want to put up with cheating. We just heard about the divorce last week. Now the divorce is pretty much about to be finalized already. You've already been through the scandal, them trying to talk out the scandal. She done removed her tattoo. She about to serve the papers. She done already talked to her friends about it. She done already talked to her daddy about it. We got all of this in a matter of 2 episodes. You know, if this was anybody else, they would have made this their whole storyline for the season, actually. But she got this done in 2 episodes, child. She is not playing. She got right on up out of there. She ain't waste no time. That definitely wasn't his first time cheating, though. It couldn't have been, because she left too quick. So Jennifer finally arrives, and then Jackie the Don. She walks in with her 2 guards. And nobody is taking her serious. Like, she tried it, but ain't nobody taking her serious. So she starts trying to go around the table to ask one by one if she butts in people's business. She starts with Brandy, and Brandy was like, yes. So Jackie pretends to receive what they're trying to tell her. Then she starts crying and all of this. But then immediately after, she brings up Jennifer and Malaysia. So after these girls just told you to mind your business, you're then gonna bring up Jennifer and Malaysia. 2 seconds after these girls just told you to mind your business, then you're gonna bring up Jennifer and Malaysia. Jennifer doesn't really want to talk about it. She was like, I said what I said, and I said it, and if I wanted to say it again, I would say it, but I don't. And Malaysia was like, okay, fine, cool. I don't care. I don't care if you say it or not. I don't want to hear it. Problem solved, right? No, problem not solved, because Jackie Christie feels left out. See, everybody at the table knows what Jennifer said about Malaysia except Malaysia and Jackie. So Jackie feels left out. She doesn't even really care about Malaysia at this point. It's really about the fact that everybody knows something that Jackie does not know. So she's basically trying to force Jennifer to spit it out, just say it. So she's not saying it. She's like, well, I'm not going to talk about that, but I will talk about this. So she addresses how she felt about Malaysia hanging up on her. Malaysia really doesn't have anything to say. She's just like, okay, cool. You had a problem with that? Fine. I respect you having a problem with it. Just stay in your corner and I'm going to stay in mine. Again, problem solved, right? No, problem not solved, because Jackie still don't know what was said. So even though Malaysia and Jennifer, you know, the people who actually have the problem, even though they want to move on, Jackie does not want to move on, because this is her Ponderosa and she needs to know what was said. You took time out of your so busy schedule to hold a meeting to ask these ladies if you need to mind your business. And then at the meeting, you're getting into other people's business. At the meeting that you're supposed to be proving that you have your own business and you don't be in their business. Yeah. So then it turns into everybody trying to force Malaysia and Jennifer to talk. And I don't know if production stepped in at this point, if they like hit cut and then somebody pulled Jennifer to the side and was like, listen, you just need to say it. I don't know, because it seemed very random when Jennifer blurted this out. So she was just like, okay, well, we all know your house was foreclosed. She just randomly blurted that out, and Malaysia didn't really say anything. She was just like, stop talking about me. Don't worry about me. That was really her response. So I guess it was true. So yeah, it ends there. So next week, Brandy and Duffy are going to get into it. She really seems to be bothered by Duffy and Malaysia being friends. British may possibly have to start wearing an ankle monitor. And also next week is where we get Malaysia's departure. Now, I've known this since last season started, that Malaysia was not going to film the entire season. So we hear her talking about that next episode. And I'm just wondering, is it because Jennifer told everybody your house was foreclosed? Girl, I know you didn't let Jennifer of all people run you out the group. Not LaQuisha from Compton. But okay, I guess we'll see next week. So yeah, that was this week's episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about that in the comment section down below. Stay happy, healthy, and all of that good stuff. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.